I wish often that we felt more of a sense of community in our day-to-day lives. And I think it's really important to lift people up around you and help the people around you and let people help you. And I think that's such a core element to this film. Caring about your neighbor, it sounds simple, but I think that that's a huge part of the film. And I want people to just be kinder to each other.
I saw the movie. You were absolutely incredible in this film. I loved it. What was it that drew you to do this project?
You know, I think that I have some similarities to Jenny and her story that really resonated with me. I'm originally from South Dakota and I have family members who are farmers. And so there was just something that really connected with Jenny to me. And I think it's really nice to be part of a film and part of a story that's really heartfelt and that, you know, kind of is hopeful and sends a good message. And yeah, I really liked the story.
Oh, wow. I was going to ask because I don't know too much about you. So I was going to ask, like, you were, while filming this, you guys were on the field and you were
Yeah.
milking cows.
Yeah.
I don't want to give it away, but like pretty early on in the film, there's a scene that depicts what farm life is really like. Like, how much of that was real? Have you been on a farm before doing that?
You know, not to this, I haven't done things to this extent before. I do have family members who farm, but it was really fun to learn these new skills for the film. And we were on real small dairy farms in Wisconsin, and we were taught how they really do things. So everything you see in the movie was the methods that they were using. And it was amazing to kind of to learn, you know, what they do every day. It was awesome.
Wow. So this was was this your first film or project where you're farming and on the fields like that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, yeah, milking cows for the first time.
Yeah. Wow. What was the biggest challenge? Because I've never been to a field. I don't know what it's like, and I can't even imagine like, you're trying to film and then a cow moves behind you.
Yeah, totally. And luckily, I think we embraced a lot of the natural elements because I think it added a layer of authenticity. And it's like a part of this film is kind of a love story to Wisconsin and definitely a love story to nature and the land. But I think honestly, one of the big challenges is that it was cold and windy. And so you would just there's a couple scenes where I'm like, my lips are purple. But you're just trying not to shake and you're like, no, do not shiver, do not shiver. I think that was the most challenging part of
Oh,
being out in the elements.
yeah. See, I wouldn't even think about that because I didn't see it at all. I just saw like, oh, you milking the cow. I can't get over that. I'm like, how do you? And then making it look natural, making it look like you've done this your whole life,
I'm
growing up
so
doing it.
glad you think it looks natural. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun to do, but I'm happy that you think it looks like I've done it before.
Yeah, it definitely did. It definitely did. So your co-star is Craig T. Nelson, and we love him.
Yeah.
And I loved the chemistry that you guys had back and forth. How much rehearsal, like, how did you guys cultivate that just back and forth rhythmic chemistry that you guys had?
That's a great question. You know, we didn't have very much rehearsal, and I think we got to Wisconsin a week beforehand, and we only had one sort of rehearsal prior to shooting. So I think, you know, it is nerve-wracking, but Craig is he's so kind and he really lets you in, and I think he's very approachable, and that was so helpful and conducive for establishing our relationship on screen. And he's just such a genuinely good person, and he's funny and witty and all of these things. He's so magnetic. He really pulls you in, and he's a jokester. So I think that he knows how to bring it out of people. And yeah, he's wonderful. I loved working with him.
That's incredible. And I love when you get to go on set and you guys get to have this kind of one-on-one experience where you're both kind of thrown into this new element. Uh,
Yeah.
what would you say would be like the funniest story where you're like, okay, after I film this, I have to tell my family what just happened
Oh
to
my
me?
gosh. That's a great question. That's a great question. Um, there were a couple things. Well, during one of the first scenes in the movie where we're birthing, I don't want to give too much away, but
No.
so most everything that you see is real. There's only one element to it that I'm not actually holding on to calf legs. They were fake, but they were covered in this pink goo. And I realized I didn't know I had such a visual gag reflex, but there was something about it that was so nasty. I was like, oh my God, dry heaving. And I was like, okay, I need to get over this because it just looked so intense. And I was like, no, I just gotta go. I gotta go. So that was when I was like, what is wrong with me? I need to get over this. It affected me more than I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And when your family like, oh, come on, girl, you can do like we do
Kind of
this all
like,
the time.
yeah, suck it up.
Yeah. So where did you guys film this movie? Like, was it on location? Did you get to talk to the locals? And because
Yeah.
this movie is so community based.
Yeah, I'm so grateful we shot in Wisconsin in Door County, which is gorgeous. I'd never been before. I was completely blown away. And we shot on these real people's farms in Wisconsin. So it just adds such a layer of authenticity. It is the story that we're telling. We were telling the people's story who were letting us into their world, really. And it just, yeah, everything about it made it feel so much more authentic and real. And it was, yeah, amazing. I don't think this movie would have the same effect if we wouldn't have shot it in Wisconsin.
Yeah. You can definitely feel the heart of it when you watch it. You feel the grass and the sky, and you just feel, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, I
I
love
love
that.
being a country girl, and I grew up in Maryland, New Jersey. So like not at all, but
I love that you feel that though. That's amazing.
and you is that your actual voice singing in this?
I wish. I seriously wish. I sing a bit as well, but I have nowhere near. It's this amazing musician. Her name's Natalie Nichols. She's incredible. Yeah, she is my voice in the film, and I'm very lucky that it's her. She's stunning. Everyone should look up her music. Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah, I loved the music, and I mean, again, it looked like you. I was totally believing everything. I was like the milking the cows, the the birthing, the singing, it just all looked perfect, perfect.
So
Uh,
happy.
so what do you feel from filming this? Because you said, you were there for a while. What do you feel that you took away from this filming experience?
Yeah, it really did affect me a lot. I think there was something really special about the strong sense of community that I felt in Wisconsin, and the people that we met were so generous and so kind and gracious to let us into their lives and let us, and show us what they do with enthusiasm. And I think there was this, we're filmmakers and they're farmers, and we have very different things that we do. And I think there was this camaraderie and that was created that was really wonderful and beautiful. And yeah, I think I left the experience feeling really grateful and hopeful. And it was just nice to yeah, I mean, we just so many beautiful, amazing things happened throughout filming, and the people that we met, it kind of restored a sense of faith in humanity, if you will. It was really special.
That's beautiful. And lastly, I just want to know, what would you want audiences to take away?
I wish often that we felt more of a sense of community in our day-to-day lives. And I think it's really important to lift people up around you and help the people around you and let people help you. And I think that's such a core element to this film. And I think, caring about your neighbor, it sounds simple, but I think that that's a huge part of the film. And I want people to just be kinder to each other.
I was hurt all along.
If you enjoy videos that follow your values like ours and you want to help us continue, go to movieguide.org/donate, because we're actually a nonprofit. You may not know that, but we're working in Hollywood every day to help families have more choices that follows their values. And also subscribe right now.